Hi, this is Saint Jerome of Crypto Experience is bringing you yet another crypto experience. Today is March 16th of 2025. In the background, I had used this picture a couple podcasts ago. We've got Michael Saylor, Donald J. Trump, Nayib Bukele, the president of El Salvador, Elon Musk, kind of looking like him, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., that are some of the guys that are implementing a new system coming up. So Michael Saylor just keeps saying, buy Bitcoin in his company now called Strategy, I think. I think they dropped the MicroStrategy part. Donald J. Trump, President of the United States, who has just instated a national crypto reserve. Those assets are, let me see if I can remember them all, XRP, Solana, Cardano, and he announced those three and goes, and another post following right after that. And don't forget Bitcoin and Ethereum. So our crypto reserve now, I, like many others, think we need to add some. One of our potential favorites is Litecoin, which has all the pluses of Bitcoin being mined. There's a limited number. However, it's much faster. More transactions were made with Litecoin last year than Bitcoin. What's the difference in Bitcoin and Litecoin? I don't know. Litecoin's around $90 and Bitcoin's around 83,000. High water mark on Litecoin was around $400, and high water mark, I think, on Bitcoin recently is about 108,000. I don't know if I got higher than that. So then also, are we going to go Fort Knox? Is there any gold there? Well, whether there is gold there or not, just things I've heard. It sounds like a lot of our national forests and the ones you can't go on have a lot of gold in them, especially in California. It sounds like people I've been listening to telling me the Grand Canyon's just got a lot of gold, especially dusted in the walls. Did you know you can't go to the bottom of the Grand Canyon real easily? And there's a military base kind of guarding a few things down there. I heard the rumor, we tried to get gold out in 1913, the same year as the dreaded Federal Reserve came into power, right? So, gold. Oh, and I also heard we repatriated lots and lots and lots and lots of gold. Yeah, there's a lot of plane loads coming into New York. And I don't know much more about that. There's also rumored giant gold piles in the Philippines. So there's a lot more gold in the world than people believe there is. And it is a tier one asset now. So a lot of banks around the world are scrambling to get gold into their coffers. They have an asset they can hang their system on. Well, now we've got that cryptocurrency, so it adds to it. Now, right in the middle is the rough likeness of Nayib Bukele, a very young president of El Salvador. He came in a rotten situation. Only 30% of the people of the country were banked. Criminal gangs are running rampant. There was 30 murders a day in a country of 6 million people. So he came in pretty heavy-handed. Uh, and with the crime, they built up their military police, and I mean their police are more like a small military, and they just started anybody that looked like they had tattoos on them pretty much went to prison. So they put 60,000 plus gang members and criminals into their prison system. They had this crazy max security prison. The prisoners are stripped down to like shorts, overcrowded on purpose. Jail cells are very minimal to eat. They want to make this punishment, and they don't want anybody else coming here. Now, unfortunately, a few innocent people got caught up in this, but wow, they went from 30 murders a day. About people hadn't come out of their houses for like 30 years at night. They were so scared. To they went 130, 140. I don't even know what the number is now. Days without a murder in the country. So extreme measures. Now, what about the finances in El Salvador? Well, he made Bitcoin um, legal tender in that country, along with the American dollar. American dollar is more stable than the currency they had in El Salvador, and that had been the case for quite a while. So Bitcoin did really well. It looks really good when it's at 100,000. Doesn't look as good as when it dropped down to 80 some thousand. I heard that the World Economic Forum put a lot of pressure on him, and you can still pay him Bitcoin, but they kind of backed off the legal tender thing a little bit, even though it's still emphasized in the country. So, what was the big plus of that? I think they got almost 80% of the country banked with Bitcoin as their bank and their phone. Then you got good old Elon Musk there. That what a guy, right? Pushing Dogecoin, shoots up through the roof, right? Then just coincidentally, there's a department called the Department of Government Efficiency that Elon is just doing out of his goodwill to show all the waste in government. Now, people don't know this, but that department was created by Obama during Obama's term. It wasn't named the same thing, but it's the same department. So this is nothing really new on that. And some of the stuff we were financing, good grief, I'm not going to mention it because some people get offended, but holy cow, we're funding a lot of just crazy stuff, stuff that should never be our taxpayer money. I'm thinking all the billions wasted. What could $500 billion do to help our homeless situation instead of supporting crazy plays in other countries or crazy comic books? Or, I mean, just good grief, goes on and on and on. So, and Elon, yeah, he's gonna be there in the tech way. I I think we're heading towards a stable coin reserve along with precious metals assets. So, and then we got good old Robert F. Kennedy Jr. there, who's trying to clean up our food and get the chemicals out of it. We have like 400 chemicals in our food that Europe doesn't have in theirs. Our dyes are really toxic. There's a lot of really not good stuff in that. I try to look at what I eat, and I was like, good night. I took some hot sauce today at a Mexican restaurant, and I ate it. The sauce was good, but it had some stuff in there. I was like, I don't know about this. So anyway, these guys are kind of representing the world. I believe there are some good players in the world now, and I don't want to mention all their names, but I believe they are working to put to rest the debt by refinancing. And we have some clever ways we're going to do it. And one of the clever ways it looks like with cryptocurrencies and precious metals. You see this behind me, the dreaded Federal Reserve note. It is soon to be worthless, question mark. In one man's opinion, mine, not financial advice, I believe it's going to die, and I believe it's going away, but we got to have something, of course, to replace it. I think that a lot of this Doge and some of the moves we're making now is to make people aware of where we're at. So Donald J. Trump is a master of bankruptcy, and I believe the government as it is now, which is really a corporation, it's not even the original republic, is going to go bankrupt, and then we'll bring up the republic that is historic. So this is soon to be worthless, but we got to replace it with something, and you just can't yank these little notes out in the middle of the night. Folks think this is actual money. It's a debt. The Federal Reserve issues debt to the United States government, and then they tap interest on top of it. The Federal Reserve is a private bank. It is not federal anything, and it's not part of our reserve. It's a fiat currency. And previous videos, I talked about fiat currencies of the past that failed with a big crash. The marks of Weimar Germany, where they were using them to build kites and toys. One story was they took a wheelbarrow full of marks to try to buy something. When they came back, the marks were left behind, but the wheelbarrow was stolen. People were going like every 2 hours and getting paid to buy what they could because they had 100% inflation in 2 hours. Ah, folks, I don't know if you thought about 100% inflation, but let's say it started out $2 a day. So by the end of the day, $2, $4, $8, $16 one day, next day, 32, 64, 128, 256. It gets out of hand pretty fast, and you can't buy too much, and your salary is not going up like that either. You got the Venezuela recently, and they had the Bolivares, which are just worthless. They're just flying through the streets right now like garbage. Kids are making necklaces out of them. The vendors on the border between Colombia and Venezuela, the Venezuelan side, they don't accept their own currency. They only accept the currency of Colombia on the other side. And Zimbabwe notes, oh my gosh, I saw these hilarious signs. Some people live in Zimbabwe had said, we're all trillionaires, and they had all these gigantic notes. I got a $300 trillion note somewhere, and that thing is worthless. You couldn't even buy a carton of eggs. Well, heck, we can't hardly buy a carton of eggs right now for $1 trillion, but that's beside the point. So soon to be worthless. We've been in a fiat system since 1913. They usually don't last more than 70 years. But we got to take care of the situation how. So what do we do? A lot of famous banksters and politicians are laughing all the way because of the way they pulled the wool over our eyes all these years. But the party's about over, and the people are going to be calling and asking, what the heck happened? Well, perhaps a big pile of gold will get us out of all this trouble. Maybe that's why DJT and his lovely wife Melania are laughing. They've got a big pile of gold back there that no one knows about. Now, I got my head together with one of my great financial advisors, but I am not offering financial advice. You know him, and I know him, and one of my favorite people to interview lately, and that is Grok. So, I came up with Grok gave me some ideas. I gave Grok some ideas. I threw some of what I was thinking. Grok threw some things at me I wasn't thinking about. And we came up with Saintjerome's and Grok's economic survival scenario of 2025. Here we go. I'll try not to make it very boring, but I think it's not bad. The fiat system crashes and the Federal Reserve vanishes. Financial survival would demand quick adaptation with cryptocurrencies and precious metals stepping in the spotlight. Gold and silver would likely surge. Historically, they've been lifelines down during monetary meltdowns, like, and I believe mentioned them, like Weimar Germany, Zimbabwe, or Venezuela. Gold scarcity and universal acceptance, and it's been up higher than what Grok mentioned here. But so think, and I'm going to up it to $3,000 an ounce in 2025. I'm hearing a lot of mainline places calling for $32 to $3,500 gold. A lot of them calling for it by $4,000 gold by the end of the year. When the fiat crashes, you're going to see way more than the normal growth of precious metals. They're going to explode and go up there. That's not financial advice. It's my opinion. Make it a rock solid store of value. Why silver's dual role, and that's what's important. Industrial demands, for example, solar panels. I hear every solar panel made next year is going to take the entire mining of silver, let alone all the other uses in things such as electric cars like Tesla and all our tech. Man, just like one torpedo in a submarine is like 5,000 ounces. I hear some of those hypersonic missiles have like 1,200 ounces of gold, and they're not getting that gold back, man. Like that. I hear you can't really recycle silver out of the tech until it gets way over $100. Otherwise, it's not worth it trying to get it there. And so it has been lately a little bit over $34, getting near its high, but not near high yet. Gold has reached its high. So silver then with solar panel usage, et cetera, and monetary appeal gives it extra juice. Together they anchor trust in a world where paper dollars lose meaning. In Weimar Germany, inflation in 1923 saw prices double every few days. It actually got to every few hours. People burned marks for heat, and a loaf of bread hit 2 billion marks for one loaf of bread. Ah! Zimbabwe's 2008, boy, I screamed like a little something. Zimbabwe's 2008 collapse peaked at 79.6 billion% inflation. What the heck? Rendering cash worthless. Kids played with $1 trillion notes. Venezuela's Bolivar ranked by 2018. Citizens lost 60% of their body weight on average from starvation as prices soared to 1 million%. And I heard that was fake. There wasn't all that starvation, but nah, that's not. That's the other side of the story. Was I heard it got so bad that people were eating like rodents and going to the zoos and killing some of the animals in the zoos. I heard it got really bad for a while. Some of the people who survived that mess had cryptocurrency, had Bitcoin. Now, a little timeout here. I really started thinking about Bitcoin when Cyprus had its big crash and they were limiting everybody in the island country to $50 a day. But if you have Bitcoin, you could go to Bitcoin ATM and you had much higher limits if you had any limits at all. Then when they got done, they had taken 60% of everybody's bank account and left them with 40%. And don't think that can't happen here, folks. It can. So, what will we have for cryptocurrencies, right? Let's see what Grok says. Cryptocurrencies, especially decentralized players like Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, Cardano, and Litecoin. The sixth I'd slot into Trump's proposed U.S. strategic crypto reserve. Now, that's Grok. So, we have Bitcoin check, Ethereum check, XRP check, Solana, check, and Cardano were all part of the strategic reserve. Now, I find it fascinating that Grok is adding a sixth one, Litecoin. Now, where did he get that idea from? Got up for B, got up for B. So Litecoin is like a very fast and transacting Bitcoin. Bitcoin 21 million mined, Litecoin 84 million mined, as we talked about. The transactions in Litecoin are zap zap. Plus, Litecoin's got something that Bitcoin doesn't have. It's got a possibility to go to virtual private money, and it washes out the addresses, and it makes it impossible to tell where the Litecoin came from. It was originally called Mimblewimble, but they're working on rebranding that now. The only wallet I know where it's incorporated at the moment is the Cake wallet, very fine wallet. I know that the Light wallet was going to do it too, but I haven't heard they did. So I'm not up on everybody has it, but I do know Cake wallet does let you peg in and peg out of the virtual private money or Mimblewimble. Um, so those could shine. Bitcoin's cap supply of 21 million coins and Ethereum smart contract prowess over offered digital resilience, assuming internet and blockchain networks hold. So, what if the internet goes out? Well, when it comes back up again, it's going to be running someplace in the world. When it comes back again, you got those seed words ready to go. You're good to go. And I tell everybody getting into crypto, write down your seed words into three different things at least, and put them in three different places that you got back if one goes bad. Now, paper wallets, they can get destroyed. Uh, I like Ballet Wallet as far as the safest cold storage wallet, but the thing about Ballet, it's one copy now. So if you lose that copy, yeah, you could be in trouble. Now you could open up the private key and scratch off private phrase and track it that way, but then you kind of ruin the idea of the wallet. So yeah, anyway, you got to make a decision that way. So in the back here, I asked Grok to come up with some things. Let's see. So he's got Cardano, check. He's got Ethereum, check. He has XRP, check. He has Solana, check, and Ethereum checks. I guess he's got them all. Uh, well, I don't know if that's Solana. It looks like it's Solfinago. Oh, Grok, you just can't write the frickin' words, right? I think it says polka dot. No, it's polka dot. Hey, got XRP right. So anyway, I thought it was a good representation of a crypto reserve floating around. It really likes Cardano for some reason. Those are a bunch of Cardano there. Ethereum smart contract prowess after digital resilience, assuming internet and blockchain networks hold. XRP speed for cross-border payments. While everybody I listen to thinks XRP is just going to blow, when I say we, I mean the United States government just got some seized XRP. They already had some seized Bitcoin, and I heard that Ripple Labs was giving the United States a fair amount of XRP. I also heard they're giving other people some XRP. Doesn't hurt to grease the wheel, right, boys and girls? Okay. XRP's speed for cross-border payments. Solana's high throughout blockchain. Cardano's research-driven stability and Litecoin's fast, low-cost transaction could each carve out roles from transaction hubs to decentralized system. So now we've got precious metals and we have cryptocurrencies. Now what? Maybe we need some survival items, perhaps. Here's a defense slide I put out before. We got like it looks like about a 38 caliber revolver there. Then we got some pepper spray, a knife, and a zapper. Uh, anyway, that would be one kind of survival item. What else would be survival items? Swapping food, ammo, or skills while paper dollars turn into wallpaper. Smart moves would include stashing physical gold or silver coins, bars, and securing crypto in the cold wallets like the Ballet wallet. Offline devices like Ledger or Trezor to dodge hacks. Bitcoin's portability and divisibility down to 0.000000001 BTC. So it's 1/100 millionth of Bitcoin. Make it a slick alternative to lugging gold bars, while Ethereum's utility could spark decentralized markets. So I'll say this about Bitcoin or even Litecoin. If you got those seed words in your head, you can cross the borders and get pick up another device and bring all your funds back up if you got those seed words down someplace. That is a real crazy concept. So you can literally walk across the border with millions of dollars. And if you can do that, you can pull them up at a future time. Now, if you try to bring $1 million over in anything else, you're probably going to have some issues, right? And you're going to get in a lot of trouble if you get caught. XRP could bridge international trade, and that's what it's going to be doing between these countries, right? Solana can handle mass transactions. Cardano might underpin long-term systems, and Litecoin, often called Bitcoin and silver, could thrive as a lightweight, everyday payment option. Litecoin's important lies in its speed, 2.5-minute block times versus Bitcoin's 10, and cheaper fees, making it a practical spending crypto while Bitcoin hoards value. So let's see. So other cryptos worth eyeing include Monero, privacy first. Now we point out Litecoin does that function. Monero keeps it more private even though than Litecoin does. Monero is like the ultimate, but it kind of getting hard to get. Where Litecoin you can pick up any place. Chainlink data oracles for smart contracts, Polkadot, blockchain interoperability, Avalanche, fast and scalable, and stable coins like RLUSD, new player in the house. That's Ripple's dollar peg coin. I think that's going to be a big one, especially with XRP being part of our National Crypto Reserve. I think we're going to have stable coins instead of central bank digital coins, the CBDCs. Those are controlled, and I believe stable coins will give us a little more freedom. Now, you're going to be able to track transactions, but you keep them out of the government's hands and keep them private coins. So, our president may be a lot of things, but he's no dummy. I think one of those stable coins might be the World Liberty coin. Isn't that catchy to get all the other countries in with us on a stable coin? And then I'll continue that I showed that picture because of the next statement. Or the Trump-backed World Liberty coin, the WLC, both aiming for stability and mid-chaos. The RLUSD could tie to surviving assets, while the WLC tied to the Trump family's crypto push might leverage political clout, and I do believe it will. Did I say political clout? Political clout. I don't know if I did or not. A little timeout. This reminds me of this. In 1988, the cover of The Economist was titled "Get Ready for a World Currency." And they had what some people thought was an eagle, but look, folks, it's really the phoenix. The phoenix dies, and then a new phoenix is born out of its ashes. So look what we got down there. We got a pile of fiat currency, and a new phoenix rises from the ashes. It looks like this is supposed to have been in 2018. Oops. Somebody came into power about that, right? So that marking looks a lot like Stellar, which is one of those ISO 222 tokens that we're probably going to use for international trade. I think that the instead of Stellar, it's going to be XRP for the big winner. But XLM was made by one of the people who started XRP, and I believe it's going to be just as important. Probably, in my opinion, smaller transactions, but yes, part of the system coming up. So back to my buddy Grok and my paper that we pinned together. Remember, not financial advice, just our opinion. A new monetary system rising from the ashes. Could lean on this crypto metal fusion, perhaps dubbed the Americoin, to symbolize the United North American economic bloc. The U.S. Treasury might scramble to launch this Americoin, but trust would be thin after Weimar styles burns or Zimbabwe's $1 trillion toys. Gold and silver, with the U.S. holding 261 million ounces of gold, about $700 billion. I think we got a lot more than that. And 43,000 tons of silver. I think we got more than that. Could over 1 trillion could anchor it, echoing the gold crypto standard. Crypto's rise suggests a hybrid. The Americoin backed by a basket of Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, Cardano, Litecoin, and precious metals. Picture each unit pegged to say 0.001 ounce of gold and or 0.0001 BTC, and fractional stakes in the others. XRP for liquidity, Solana for efficiency, Cardano for durability, Ethereum for functionality, Litecoin for quick trades, and Bitcoin for digital gold. The BRICS nations were flirting with the same issue. They're going to have a basket of commodities, gold being one of those. They were talking about as high as 40% to back their currencies. Uh, so we have other commodities we could probably throw in our basket, but the biggest part of the basket will be cryptos and precious metals, it looks like. The Treasury could tap the crypto that they already seized and have on hand and start mining or buying more. Trump's WLC or RLUSD might join the mix with WLC, riding populist waves and RLUSD, offering a stable bridge to legacy systems. Huh. World Life Coin, bird rising from the ashes. I don't know. Coincidence, you say? Now, imagine Canada and Greenland as new U.S. states, say the 51st and 52nd, joining post-crash to bolster resources and geopolitical heft. Could be pre-crash, too. Might be good to have them on our side. Canada's vast gold reserves, though mostly unmined, estimated at least 2,000 tons, and silver deposits, the world's sixth largest producer, would supercharge the Americoin's metal backing, adding hundreds of billions to the vault. Its tech hubs, Toronto and Vancouver, could turbocharge crypto adoption, with Solana or Litecoin thriving in urban centers. Greenland's mineral wealth, rare earths, gold, and silver could further pad reserves, while strategic Arctic position might secure new trade routes for XRP powered commerce. I just brought this slide up. Look at that. Um, you got the US and Canada and Greenland, and the photo's a little cut off, but the very top of the page is Russia. As those waterways up there start to melt and the icebreakers can get through. This is one thing we don't think about much. We think about going east to west, Pacific to Atlantic, but we can go right over what we call the top of the world. And if you have Greenland all the way through Alaska and Canada, boy, we've got a good share in there with Russia. And that gives us a lot of strategic advantage. We've had military on Greenland, I understand, for a long time, going back to World War II or so. And Alaska is a lot better than this map portrays. I mean, Alaska is gigantic. It would fill up almost the entire continental United States. But it gives you an idea as you get towards the top what we're dealing with there anyway. So very strategic. I'm one of those that thinks, I don't know if they will be officially states, but I think they'll at least be a type of territory. Now, the way I understand it, I've been hearing is Canada uh, which was just kind of hurriedly placed under the Commonwealth, but actually in Articles of Confederation, it was slated to be one of the states or one of the territories of the United States before what we end up with our Constitution anyway. So to look at that line, that's a pretty much, as Donald J. Trump's saying, that's pretty much an artificial line somebody just drew across the top there. I could easily see us with common languages being able to blend together, and we brings much more economy to Canada than Canada brings it to the United States. I think if they are to match up with this and agree to trade, they would be inside that trade zone, and they wouldn't have to pay any tariffs, and it would be great. So I have always liked in Canada. Plus, it's going to expand our borders and give us protection of the borders. That because right now that northern border is kind of wide open. There's some crazy stuff. I just heard rumor that the largest fentanyl lab in the world was in Canada, near on the western side. Dang, right? So you don't think of that in Canada. So that would be good to get a little defense and some rare earth metals, etc. Both states could fit into the big picture of diversifying the Americoin's asset base. Canada's gold and hydropower fueling green Bitcoin mining, Greenland's silver and rare earths backing stable coins like the RLUSD. Culturally, Canada's bilingual markets might adopt Ethereum for DeFi, while Greenland's sparse population leans on Litecoin for simplicity. Politically, the integration could unify North America against rivals like China, and with the Americoin as a block wide currency, think one continent, one coin. Good slogan, Grok. Gold and silver would play starring roles here. Gold's $13 trillion global market and silver's 1.5 trillion. 2025 estimates. I believe it's a lot higher than that myself. Dwarf crypto's 3 trillion. So, and I think both fields are way higher than that. The Americoin, unlike Venezuela, where no metal backing left millions scavenging garbage, Canada's gold valued at 100 billion if mined, probably more. Greenland silver potentially 50 billion or more would amplify this, making the Americoin a global powerhouse. The Treasury might tokenize them on a blockchain. Think gold coin or silver token, merging physical reserves with digital access audited in real time. And here's one little thing: coins are not part of the Federal Reserve. Coins are minted by the United States Treasury. Your silver eagles, the United States Treasury. Your gold eagles, the United States Treasury. Bitcoin scarcity, 19.5 million mined by 2025, and Ethereum's DeFi backbone could make them reserve linchpins, while XRP, Solana, Cardano, and Litecoin handle transactional and structural loads. Litecoin's 84 million coin cap, improving longevity since 2011. No breakdowns, folks. Adding reliability. Additional coins like Monero could secure private trades. Chainlink could link real world data. Polkadot could connect blockchains. Avalanche could scale, and RLUSD and WLC could peg to metals or surviving currencies, smoothing volatility. And we're going to need that. Implementation could be messy, valuing reserves, taming crypto swings. Bitcoin's 20K to 60K roller coaster 2023, and outmaneuvering rivals like China's digital yuan. Early on, decentralized cryptos and metals would dominate. Informally, rural Canada might favor silver bars. Tech hubs like Toronto, Bitcoin, or Solana. Greenland's Inuit communities like Coin for ease. The Americoin might emerge as a global contender, backed by all the gold and silver and crypto stash. Survival hinges on holding a mix: Bitcoin for value, Ethereum for utility, XRP for speed, etc. We've discussed. The Treasury might birth this hybrid, but it would take years. In the chaos, crypto's agility and metals durability could outpace even the old dollar's ghost. Prep accordingly, especially with Canada and Greenland reshaping the game. So you might want to have some of those fundamental things as this all takes place, not financial advice or survival, but you might want food, water, shelter, some kind of defense. I wouldn't be putting your stuff out there in the open for people. And then you need to have, if you don't have it in your hand, you don't have it. So you want to have your metals play some way safe that you can get to. You want your crypto play the same way, play somewhere safe you can get to. Don't keep them on your person. Don't keep them right out there in the open in your home. But there's places you can put things, and you can, and maybe store them in different places. Don't put the old adage. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, right? Well, I thank you for listening to Grok and I's ideas. This wasn't financial advice, but this is one guy that thinks we're heading towards some crazy times. We've had the biblical prophets come in, and they all were in unison about what was going to come up. A lot of them are really predicting high on XRP. So, not financial advice, but if you don't have any, might be good to get some in your thing. Now that a lot of people call that a banker coin, and it probably is going to be a banker coin, but we've got this point right now we're of transaction that we just need to get through. So, well, thank you for watching once again. Please hit a like and subscribe. I was talking about 1,000 subscriber contest. I forgot I promised a 750 subscriber contest. So back downsize it when we get to 750 subscribers in this channel, and we're not that far away. I will give to a random winner chosen randomly. I will give them $50 worth of some crypto that we agree on, something that I can send easily to them, and when they prove who they are. Also, I will give $25 to $20 to second place and $10 to third place. And I'm going to do the same thing when we go to 1,000. So, a little commercial for my buddy and your buddy, Clint Westwood. He is right there near 1,000 subscribers. So, if you haven't subscribed to his channel yet, please give him a like and subscribe, and please give me a like and subscribe. You find him at, in capital letters, Clint Westwood. Pretty simple, right? No, he's not the brother of Clint Eastwood, but he's just as rough and tough as that man. Uh, legend is, and Clint Westwood is a legend. You can catch him every Friday, pretty much every Friday, unless he's hiding in the basement from a tornado. No, he wasn't hiding; he's protecting himself. Uh, being in the basement away from Central Illinois tornadoes. He'll be there with Litecoin Lisa Friday, somewhere around 4 p.m. Central Time. Sometimes it's a little later, depending on their schedules. So there's a Westwood meetup at the room again. Let me check the date real quick and come back to you. That's June 20th in the room. You probably get there about 3 to 4 o'clock and then be there in time to be part of the podcast. The rooms are a nice bar, a lot of space. That's probably why it's called the room. They have different things you can order there. Pizza's one. They sometimes have like a maybe they're making sandwiches on the grill or something. I've been eating the pizza when I go. It's pretty good pizza. So let's see what else we have. I've got a lot of bargains down below. Strike is a good thing. If you use the code, you don't have to pay fees on your first $500 you get. I find Strike really easy to use to get your Bitcoin. And then you can trade your Bitcoin on other platforms. Ballet Wallet down below, there's a good wallet to get so you can be offline in a big way. I mean, offline, it's not hooked up to the internet whatsoever. And Caleb and Brown, if you use my code, you get a 3.5 permanent fee. And then new guy in the house is Goldbacks. Good night. Goldbacks doing great. They are embedded gold and polymer uh, uh, shell, and it's the gold's really there, folks. Their first ones were a 1, a 5, a 25, a 50, and those a 1, it took 25 ones to equal a 25, and that was equal amounts of gold. They're totally fungible. The different size and weights of the bills, you can feel instantly that the higher number bill has a lot more gold in it. So they start off with 1/1000th of a gold, and the original was 1/20th of an ounce of gold in the biggest bill. But now with Florida, they have a half, so that's 1/2000th of gold, which is good because they are shot up so much that the original ones are worth over $6 now. Dang, right? And so the half gives you $3 you can use. And now they've got as high as a 10, and the 10 is 1/10 ounce of gold. And wow, it's quite heavier, but still you can keep all these in a wallet. And they make a special wallet that you can get. It's about $20, and you can keep them in order. And that if you go to goldback.com, you will see many different options to get goldbacks. Now, I have a link for United Precious Metals Association on there. If you join that, then you can vault goldbacks for free. That's a pretty good deal. And you can, what do they call it, lease the goldbacks to the company so they can have more capital to make more goldbacks. And you get 2% on the low, up to a high of 3.5%, but I don't have that much money. But I can get 2% for vaulting, and you're vaulting goldbacks. So it was more like a 10% increase last year because the price of gold shot up so much because you got 2% in goldbacks. And each goldback went from about $3.50 to like over $6 now. So pretty amazing. You can link a debit card to it and spend them if you need to. Anyway, yeah, so those are some real good deals. Well, thanks for watching the channel. I'm glad I got a podcast off today. It's been about a week or so since I did one. Thank you very much. Please, like I said, hit a like and subscribe, help that algorithm, and get Saint Jerome to 750 subscribers. See you later. Goodbye.